Good morning, investors. Welcome to the 20th of April 2015. The trade for the day is called Grove Point Properties. Code GRT. Last traded price is R28.82. The objective of this trade is to do a buy. So it means you want to buy it from this grey line here to go to the green line. So the grey line entry will be 28.67 and the target on this trade will be R30.38. Stop loss price to be used is the red line of R28.10. Looking at the current open trades, here's Woolies, Billiton, and Life Healthcare. Trades that's been closed on the last sessions was Aspen, and the other one was closed empty on the 16th of April. Looking at the top 40 index, that's the top 40 shares in the JSE. The black line is showing the index movement coming a bit down, but there was a crossover for positive momentum between the 10 days and the 20-day moving average. Now it's coming a bit down, but it's still trading above those levels. Looking at the Dow Jones, they closed about 278 points negative Friday evening. So they came from that high to this blue line here, just trading under the 17,835 points. So you can see the momentum went down. Currently the futures are a bit stronger for Monday morning, and the European futures are also stronger, indicating a bit of an upward movement after Friday's data. A bit mixed market in Asia at this moment, but let's see how it performs later on. Looking at the J200, that's the top 40 shares on the JSE. As you can see, there's the red line in the negative channel. Broke this negative channel on 46,386 points. Went higher and currently traded close to the 48,000 points, coming down from that levels as well. Friday closed about 511 points negative. Looking at some shares in the market, and let's start with the MTNs. MTN currently traded to a high of 250 previous sessions and currently trading at 228.29. Was a nice breakup from the 222 level to 23, and it's been 7 rand up one day and starting to lose a bit of momentum. You can see it's trading on the top of the green line and it's not at all at the bottom of the red line. Call up your Bollinger Bands, still in a positive momentum. Indicators could be quite high as well. You can see on the Williams percentage ratio on the high there, and you can look at your stochastics also basically on the high there, and your RSI also basically on the high. Let's go to Vodacom. Vodacom broke to a new record of 143 Rand after it broke this level of 159 on the previous high. So the momentum there is also up, and you can see it's trading on the top side of the Bollinger Band, very far from the middle part. Let's go to your banking sector. Very interesting on the banking sector is basically the two red lines down shows you a bit of a downside. In this downside there was a bit of positiveness, got a peak, tested at highs of 195, broke back to the 185 level. So the big question is, will this be a head and shoulder pattern forming here? You can see the legs, the head, there's the shoulders, and need to track this one closely if it needs to break down. Keep in mind the 188 Rand level. If broken, this pattern is not playing a role at all. If it does break this 181 Rand 80 level, pattern will play a role, then it will come back to 175 in the short term. Looking at Standard Bank. Standard Bank currently trading beautifully, still in a positive channel. Tested new highs in the previous sessions, trading at 175, trading between the green and the red, still in a positive channel going upwards here. Looking at Investec. Now Investec, quite interesting, as you can see, upward channel, downward channel, upward channel, top of that upward channel. Now we need to see if this is going to be a pattern of a head and shoulder as well. Leg, shoulder, head, needs to break to the bottom of the green line, and that's approximately about 106 Rand. If broken, more downside could be due close to the 100 Rand. Otherwise, the share is just going to top this 108 Rand 15 in the short term. Let's go to the retailers. Yes, ShopRite was in a negative channel, positive channel, tested as high as 175.84, broken down to 170, currently trading at 166. Need to see if this is going to be a type of support. If not, more downside could be due to the 161 in the short term and change of channel happening here. Looking at the Bollinger Band on it, it's also confirming break this 164, 65, more downside back to the 160 levels. Yes, Mr. Price. Downside, upside, tested the top of 280, lost a lot of momentum, bouncing on 266 as we said, trading at 264. Need to see if it can come back to the 256 levels in the short term. Let's go and look at Willys. Came down, up, didn't follow Woolies or ShopRite as yet. It's a bit lagging in that momentum, trading to the side the last few days. Need to see if this action could hold or start coming down. If it breaks this 89.12, more downside could be back here to the 85 rand level in this little positive channel. As you can see, a lot of shares are high, and let's go and look at Exxaro. Quite cheap, still in a negative channel, didn't break up, and the shares actually going nowhere at this moment. Looking at the last share called CFR, also on the top here of the green line. Look at this, the cycle was huge, smaller, much smaller cycles. Tested this 105. If it needs to come down, it needs to break 103. If it breaks to 103, more downside could be back under the 100 rand level yet, 97, 98 rand. Enjoy trading.